Another curse that ended up benefiting the Steelers is that of Bobby Layne, perhaps the most infamous curse in NFL history. Our story begins back in the 1950s, a time where the Detroit Lions were a powerhouse in the NFL. Led by future Hall of Fame quarterback Bobby Layne, the Lions won 3 NFL championships in 1952, 1953, and 1957. Following the 57 run though, the defending champs traded away their star quarterback after the second game of the season. Layne would now be suiting up for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and although he didn't see much postseason success during his time in the Steel City, he apparently made sure his old team wouldn't either. The story goes that after being traded, Layne stated that the Lions would not win for 50 years, although there's debate about whether he actually said this or not. But even if that part is just an urban legend, its supposed effect seems eerily real. Despite being a force to be reckoned with in the 1950s, the Lions have not made it back to another NFL championship or Super Bowl since that 1957 win. In fact, during that span, they only managed to win 3 playoff games, and 2 of those came last year, when they did finally reach the NFC Championship. This included a record 9 straight playoff losses, and as of this video, they are the only NFC team to never reach the Super Bowl. Now, on the flip side of that, in the decades since acquiring Layne in the trade, the Steelers have won 6 Super Bowls, with one of those victories actually being played in Detroit. So that means, in this span, the Steelers have twice as many Super Bowl wins as the Lions do playoff wins. But it gets even stranger. As allegedly stated by Layne, the curse was meant to last 50 years, and so the last year of the curse would be in 2008, and it would go out with a bang. In 2008, the Lions went winless, the infamous 0-16 season, the first team to do so. That same year, in 2008, the Steelers won their 6th Super Bowl, the first team to do so. At that time, there could not have been more of a contrast between the two franchises. Now, since the year the curse expired, things have evened out a bit. The Steelers have not won another Super Bowl. Meanwhile, the Lions seem better than ever, coming off their best season in a very long time, again winning 2 playoff games, more than doubling the amount they had in the past 65 years. As of this video, they are currently perhaps the best team in the NFL. This is an example of a curse coming full circle. It was never broken, it just completed its set time, 50 years. The Lions certainly did not win in that half a century. Good news for Lions fans is that your team's curse was lifted 16 years ago, and you can begin to enjoy watching your team on Sundays. All you had to do was wait 5 decades for the curse to run its course. Since this curse is no longer active, I feel that I can't quite put it in the top tier, but out of respect for what it accomplished, I will put it in the hard to break tier.